morning, and there are a lot of you out there, so let's try that again. You ready? How's everybody doing out there today? That was excellent, and exactly what we like to hear. My name is Samantha, and I have the pleasure of being your host for this presentation, and joining me on stage today is Alex. So everybody wave and say, hi, Alex. Hi. Now, this presentation is very cool, because not only do you get to see some very unique dolphin behaviors, but you also get to learn a little bit about what we do behind the scenes with our dolphins. But of course, we can't go over any of that until we introduce you to our two stars. So we are going to start off with the veteran of our team, and that's 37-year-old Princess. Now, to say hello to you all this morning, she's going to head right on over to the front wall and give you all a nice look at her. Very cute there, Princess. Now, at 37 years old, she is the oldest dolphin that we have here at the park, and she has been a very proud member of our Dolpharium family for about 33 of those 37 years. Now, sitting pretty patiently next to her in our pool is her very handsome pool mate, and that's 17-year-old Zach, also known as the big guy. Now, you can see him swimming around here. Spring/summer is in the air, and folks, he is absolutely in love with Princess. So sometimes he gets a little bit distracted. That is perfectly okay, though. Princess loves to steal the spotlight, and if he decides he wants to come back over and join us for the show, we will definitely incorporate him right back in. Now, Zach, though, he was born and raised right here with us at the Dolpharium. So if you saw those two dolphins by our sea lion show, that's his very lovely mother, Delilah, and his little sister, Lily. Now, hopefully later you'll get a good look at him, and the reason that we call him the big guy is because he is the largest marine mammal we have at the park, weighing in at close to 650 pounds. A fact of which you can see Princess is very proud of him for. Now, before we go any further with the show, a little fishy swam by this morning and said that today is a very special day. Do we have Landon in the audience? I hear it's his birthday. Let's throw his hand way up in the air up there in the back. Very nice. Well, Princess and maybe Zach will join in just a moment, have prepared their version of Happy Birthday for you all. So, Princess, let's see if you'll sing that solo for us. Princess, and once again, Landon, happy birthday to you from all of us here at the Dolpharium. We hope you have an absolutely fantastic day with us here. Now, folks, you can already see that Zach and Princess have very different personalities. Zach looks like he is very excited out there this morning. But we decided to think to ourselves, what would be a good way for Zach and Princess to show off those personalities? And what better way than with a little bit of dolphin painting, which I know sounds kind of crazy, but trust me, it's actually really neat. The only thing is, when we first decided to do this with the dolphins, we ran into a major problem. They are just like little kids, which means they love to explore new things with their mouths. So obviously, any old paintbrush just didn't cut it. Therefore, we did fashion our very own dolphin-style brush out of foam, tape, and 2 paintbrushes. Not only does this make it impossible for our stars to swallow, but it is very comfortable for them to hold on to as well. Now, we're going to go ahead and have Zach do some painting first. When he paints, we like to call him our wild child because he usually tends to fling it all over himself, the stage, and especially the trainer. So, if he manages to get any of the paint on that canvas today, he deserves a huge round of applause. Alrighty, Zach, let's see what you got for us this morning, big guy. Beautiful detail there, Zach. Very nicely done, and I think he did manage to get a little bit of paint on himself, and that's perfectly okay. We only use non-toxic paint with the animals, so it is harmless. It just means they get a nice extra rub down from their trainer afterwards. Now, next up we have Princess, and she has a very dainty style of painting. She also likes to pay attention to detail, and sometimes she even sings for inspiration. So listen closely as she paints us her masterpiece today. painting there. Now folks, don't worry because we are definitely not teasing you with those paintings. I bet you thought they looked so cool you definitely want one for yourself. And you're in luck, we have a very nice display set up in the gift shop. And our Dolphins are so ambitious they expanded their painting horizons. They paint sand dollars, t-shirts, and adorable little ceramic sea turtles as well. So feel free to check those out on your way out of the park today. Now you all should know that Zach and Princess also are huge fans of dancing. There is Zach saying hello to you all. Now we're going to have Zach show off his favorite dance move first. Do we have any fans of Michael Jackson out there today? Alright, we got a few. Well, Zach is also a huge fan. And who doesn't love a little bit of moonwalking? Now Zach decided he wanted to put his own spin on things, so instead of doing it backwards, he'll be doing it forwards. Alright, Zach, shake those tail fins, big guy. Excellent job out there, Zach. What do y'all think? Is he as good as Michael Jackson? We definitely think so too. Now Princess, on the other hand, you would think after 37 years of experience, she would have quite a few dance moves under her fins. But Princess, is that the case? No, it is not. There is one move that she likes to fall back on, quite literally. In the dolphin world, it's called a breach. And in our world, it's known as a nice big cannonball. Now she'll be popping up in the front and center of our pool. So ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Princess. Fantastic job out there, little lady. She's certainly feeling the rhythm as well. Now you've already seen some pretty cool stuff in this show, and you should know the reason that Zach and Princess can do all these amazing behaviors is because of what we do with them first thing in the morning, and that's called lookovers or husbandry behaviors. We of course like to make sure that our animals are in tip-top shape. Now we're actually going to start with the most important behavior that we will ever teach the dolphins, and that's called a flip presentation. Do any of you speak dolphin? No, not a single hand up. I hear crickets. Well, that's okay. We don't speak dolphin either. So when they're not feeling so well, there is no way for them to tell us directly. Believe it or not, though, dolphins have very similar blood to humans. So what we do is on a month-to-month basis, but also as needed, we take a completely voluntary blood sample from them and then send it off to our local lab or hospital to be analyzed. We take this blood sample from their tail fins, though, because it's the area of their body with the least amount of blubber, and there's also a nice clean vein that runs along either side. Now, of course, no one likes to have their blood drawn, so we keep this behavior extremely positive. We work it several times throughout the day, each and every show, without ever using a needle, and the dolphins know that if they stay nice and relaxed, they get a long whistle, followed by a big fuss, which you all can help us with by putting your hands together for Zach and Princess. But of course, it's always followed by their favorite part, the nice big fish reward. So fantastic job, you two. Now, like I said, we also do lookovers on them. Now, that just means that we start at the very tip of their bottlenose beak, and we check them out all the way to the very ends of their tails. Now, Princess is demonstrating a nice ventral layout. You can see I'm checking in her mouth. We even brush their teeth in the morning. We're big on dental hygiene. And they have very sensitive skin, so they can get cuts and scrapes very easily from playing around. Now, it looks like Princess is a little ticklish this morning. Now, if we see any of those cuts or scrapes, we use a betadine solution to keep them clean and prevent infection. Now, although the dolphins are trained to present every part of their body to us in the water, remember Zach weighs in at 650 pounds, which means that it can be quite difficult to maneuver sometimes. Luckily, though, he is such a gentleman, he decided to make things a little bit easier for us. Now, you'll definitely want to focus your attention and your cameras over on the right side of the stage, because here is Zach, giving you a great look at that big guy. Looking very handsome this morning, Zach. Now you can see Alex is walking along Zach's body. She can get a great look at him, and that's because they have a very trusting relationship. Now he is even trained to roll onto his side as well, so she could get a look at his stomach if she needed to. But it looks like he is going to get a big reward, and he has headed right back into the water where he belongs. So fantastic job, Zach. for just a moment. Now, I'm sure in our sea lion show you got to see a little bit of ball balancing, which you should know is a very difficult behavior for any animal to learn. However, those sea lions, they have a few advantages, right, Princess? That's right. They have those long, flexible necks and long whiskers to help them follow the ball wherever it may go. Now, as you can see, Princess does not have those characteristics, but she does have a whole lot of determination. Now, this is still a fairly new behavior for her, so if she picks that basketball up on her bottlenose feet, she definitely deserves a big round of applause. Let's hear it for Princess. She is cruising out there. We got some pretty good control, and she is coming around the pool, making sure everybody gets a great look at that. Nice job, Princess. And at this point in the game with that behavior, we are working on having her move around the pool with the ball, so that was very well done. Now, do we have any fans of surfing out there as well? Okay, I got a couple yes. How about dolphin surfing? A few more woos. Well, we're going to go ahead and try and convince everybody out there that this is the coolest thing you have ever seen in your entire life. Now, Zach has been watching those surfers out there lately, and he thinks it looks so fun, he had to try it. So you can see there aren't any waves in the pool, which means he's going to be kicking it up a notch out there today. Let's see a hang 10 out there, Zach. There, and what do you all think? That was pretty cool, huh? Nice job, Zach. Now we're also going to tell you a little bit about how we train a popular dolphin show behavior. I'm sure you all have noticed those orange buoys that are hanging above our pool, so we're going to tell you a little bit about the ball touch. Now you may be thinking that that is one of the most difficult behaviors that we have to train, but it's actually one of the simpler ones. What we do is when we first decide to do this, we ask the dolphins for what's called a target at the surface of the water. Basically, they are going to touch the tip of their bottlenose feet to our open palm. As they understand this concept, we can start to move that target around and even transfer it to other objects. For example, one of those big orange buoys. Now we'll start by holding that buoy at the surface of the water, and then we slowly raise it higher and higher. And the dolphins learn that they have to start using their powerful tails and peduncle muscles to get themselves up and out of the water to reach the buoy. Now, of course, Alex and I are only so tall. We can only reach so high above the surface. So you'll notice that this buoy on the left-hand side is attached to a rope and pulley system. That way we can easily raise and lower the buoy as necessary, depending on the dolphin's progress. Zach here has perfected this behavior. Now he's going to be aiming for that buoy on the right-hand side. So Zach, let's see you take it away. Incredible job out there, Zach. He makes it look so easy every single time, and we definitely don't call him our high flyer for no reason. Way to go, big guy. Now, unfortunately with that, ladies and gentlemen, this does bring us to the end of our dolphin show, but the next presentation we do have scheduled for you is our Blackfoot Penguin Keeper Talk and Feed. This exhibit is located at the other end of the covered walkway directly across from our snack bar. Also, if you are interested in feeding one of our stingrays, our divers will be having a stingray feeder session beginning momentarily. They'll be selling fish directly in front of you as you exit the area. Now, one final time, on behalf of myself,